One-time Rossvale Juniors prospect Alex Cassells headed home the critical goal on Saturday that helped Petershill advance to the Evening Times Champions Cup at the expense of his former team. The Springburn outfit eventually came good with a 4-2 penalty shootout victory following a 1-1 regulation time stalemate. However, it would be no exaggeration to say they survived a bit of a scare against a well-drilled Rossvale side, with 4 teenagers in their starting lineup, that had harbored dreams of a cup upset when 1-0 up going into the closing quarter of the semi-final. And the Peasy triumph came at a painful cost after winger Liam Finnegan went to ground in agony on the stroke of half-time and was subsequently stretchered away with a suspected broken ankle. Boss Willie Patterson said afterwards, "The hope is Liam's injury is not as bad as first feared, however his season is definitely ended and that's tragic news for the lad who is not long back from a serious knee injury. His departure forced us into a reshuffle but without affecting our overall dominance of the game, and our pressure eventually paid off with the goal from young Cash, who in the last minute had a great chance to win the game only to lose his composure and fire the ball straight at their goalkeeper." That said, a late winner would have been unfair on Rossvale, who were organized and so difficult to break down even if we didn't help ourselves with a lack of scoring threat in the final third. We improved second half to grab a deserved equalizer, however I was not overconfident at the penalty kicks because our recent record is not good, but thankfully the guys made a great job of sticking away their efforts. Former Pollock goalkeeper Xander Cowie was between the posts for Petershill and he was called into action just 6 minutes in to save a low drive by lively Rossvale forward Gary Giffen, who along with Kirk Forbes was to the fore whenever the visitors showed an attacking threat. Petershill were on top but lacked any punch, and that came back to haunt them in 43 minutes when a swift Rossvale break led to Stephen Seaton finding space to rifle a low shot past Cowie for a 1-0 lead. A few home truths delivered during the halftime break saw a determined Petershill reappear to launch a number of attacking sorties on Rossvale's penalty box, and there were near things for both Chris Hall and Jason Hardy before Cassells was denied a certain score by an instinctive one-handed save from Vale goalkeeper Jamie Donnelly. Something special was needed to break down the dogged visiting rearguard, and it arrived from the left foot of Peasy substitute Scott McManus in 71 minutes when he cut inside from the right flank to hammer a shot goalwards that spiraled upwards after crashing off the crossbar, and Cassells reacted quickest to meet the ball coming down and head home from point-blank range. The goal scorer, who was a 17-year-old striker for Rossvale in their only other Evening Times Cup appearance in 2015, admitted, "I took no particular satisfaction from scoring against my old club, which only has a couple of my former teammates still there, but it was a great feeling to see the ball hit the net even if I couldn't really miss from that range." Moving to Petershill and holding down a place in a good team has not been easy, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this title-winning season, and now we have the chance to put the icing on the cake with an Evening Times Cup win. A suitably fired-up Petershill continued on top over the closing stages but could not manage another, and the contest went the way of spot kicks, which had Cassells again netting along with Ian Gold, McManus and Hall, while Cowie diving correctly to save from Giffen and then Forbes striking the post ended Rossvale's hopes. Their manager Gordon Moffat said, "It's disappointing to lose, and particularly on penalty kicks, but I am just immensely proud of these players. To play so well with 8 regulars missing against a team of Petershill's stature is beyond our expectations, and it might not be our day, but I cannot fault the players for their efforts." There was high drama elsewhere after Beath were crowned Super Premier Division champions on the back of Joe Bradley, 2, Darren Christie, Andy Reid, Jamie Cunningham and Ross McPherson goals, clinching a 6-0 victory at home to Girvan. Auchinleck Talbot had looked on course to pip Johnny Miller's men to the title when they let arch rivals come knock 2-0 through goals from Gordon Pope and Dwayne Highslip at Townhead Park, but Del Esplin and Jamie Hilton leveled matters for a battling knock, and the resulting 2-2 draw saw Talbot agonizingly finish 1 point adrift of the mighty. Meanwhile, the door to a possible Super First Division place was opened for 4th place Central First Division side Neilston after Andy Skinner scored the only goal of the game to help Greenock beat Wishaw 1-0 and end the Lanarkshire club's dream of landing a playoff spot against Shettlestone, who were themselves in weekend action, losing 4-2 against New Coin Holdings Cup opponents Darvel, for whom Jordan Ryan and Greg Vernon bagged doubles. Weekend results: Evening Times Champions Cup Semi-final, Petershill 1 Rossvale 1, Rossvale win 4-2 Pens, McBookie.com Super Premier Division. Beath 6 Girvan 0, Cumnock 2 Auchinleck Talbot 2, Hurlford UTD 6 Clydebank 3, Rob Roy 2 Glen Afton 0. McBookie.com Super First Division Cumbernauld UTDV Largs Thistle McBookie.com Central First Division Greenock 1 Wishaw. McBookie.com Ayrshire District League Whitlets Vicks 4 Dalry Thistle 4 New Coin Holdings West of Scotland Cup 3rd round Darvel 4 Shettlestone 2 playing tonight, kickoff 7:30 p.m. McBookie.com Super Premier Division Hurlford UTDV Girvan McBookie.com Central First Division Port Glasgow v Wishaw New Coin Holdings West of Scotland Cup 3rd round Cambuslang Rangers v Pollock quarter-final, Darvel v Rob Roy Ayrshire Cup semi-final, Kilwinning Rangers v Beath